Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm back and I'm still standing in front of this whiteboard. What's up with that, Noelle? Well, I've spent the last week working on a corded corset. I have it all ready, like cut out and somewhat sewn together. I need to cord it. I have a little bit of a vlog that I will end up putting on the end of this video, so you can see what's going on and where I am. But I did want to go ahead and let you know where I am mentally. So there's a lot. I started thinking about that and I was just like, oh, there's a lot of trim, there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of hair, there's a lot of hats, stuff like that. I'm not too stressed out yet, but I am like starting to be a little bit concerned. So I decided that having like hard and fast goals is good. I'm still gonna give them somewhat flexible because we have to remain flexible in order to like accomplish things. But I decided to do what I'm gonna call Frilly Things February, where I'm gonna try to make all of my under things in 1 month that I need to make. I got new pens and I got an eraser. So that is gonna be this guy. I'm gonna put F's next to things. Combinations and or just a shift. Like whatever, I just need something to go under my corset. Not sure what I'm gonna make, but we'll find out. Maybe this petticoat here. This petticoat here for sure. This chemise is gonna happen. Probably these hoops. Pockets I might be borrowing from a friend, so that seems like something I'm not gonna stress out about too much. I am gonna try to get this corset done, which is actually just gonna go under both of these. And this chemise is gonna be the same thing. Just bring in one. I'm also going to go ahead and add on this petticoat and maybe this petticoat. I'm gonna put question marks next to these just to see if they happen, but this is my goal. So in February, which is terrifying, I am gonna try to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things. Do we think that's possible? Unclear. I will find out. If I make 6 things, I'll be excited and I will call myself successful. If I don't, if I don't make these 2, that's okay. If I don't make 6 things, I'm gonna be kind of stressed out at the end of February, so we'll see where we are. I really want to get these done in February so that I can get a lot of this Regency stuff knocked out in maybe March. Maybe April. Over here I'm gone for a week in April. I'm also gone for like a long weekend in March, so that's stressful. I'm gone for a week, which contains 2 weekends in it, which is really rough in April. So maybe I'll be working on some of this 18th century stuff in April/May. This leaves me June and July to work on my bustle dress, and I know from past experience that these things take me a very long time, these bustle dresses, largely because of the trim that needs to go on them, and like I need to fabricate the trim because it doesn't exist. I could not do that. It doesn't really sound like me. So yeah, this is completely optional. So even if I just make 5 things, we're okay. I don't actually need another petticoat for Iron Man. I can get along without it, but I'm putting it as like a bonus item. We're gonna call that a plus item. If I get that petticoat done, I'm gonna be really pumped. But I'm gonna work on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things first, then 6, then 7, then 8. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna add on that vlog like I was telling you about my corded petticoat so that you guys can see how it's going so far. I will keep vlogging also, and I'll just put up vlogs. People who don't like vlogs, don't watch them. If you like vlogs, awesome. It's kind of what people put in their Instagram stories, I would guess. And from what I've seen, like Hoppin' Bobbin, she does her progress reports kind of in Instagram stories. I'm just gonna vlog it because it's easier for me than worrying about dealing with Instagram stories all the time. And sometimes like I wander off and then I come back and I'm like, oh, I should vlog that. So I'm gonna do it that way. And I'll just label them by like weeks or whatever for you guys to watch, and basically it'll just show you what I'm working on and any problems I'm encountering and what I've gotten accomplished each day. I also have a few days a week that I can't work on stuff because I have evening plans scheduled already with friends and things. So not every day gets sewing. That's kind of what, if I didn't have to like have a social life, this would be no problem. Unfortunately, I have, I think, 3 days a week that I am obligated already, and almost every weekend there's at least 1 or 2 things that are going on. So, and I can't sew for like 12 hours a day. It's just not my jam. So this is why I'm concerned. We'll see how it goes. Lady Watson I'm the least concerned with because it's the thing I know the most. So I'm trying to knock out all the things I don't know how to do first. That's why the quarter corset is first. Okay, I will keep you up to date. I'm gonna attach the other stuff now, and I will see you guys next time in another video. Hey guys, so I'm gonna start shooting a little vlog style and we're gonna see how this goes. Today I went over to Claudia's house and I got my corset fitted, my Regency corset, and it seems to fit straight up the gate. So just gonna cut another one. I have some coutil that I'm gonna make that out of, even though it says not to. I don't know. I'm not a small chick, so I'm thinking that a little bit of extra like support would be good. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I have it in the wash currently because it is a corset that can get washed. So, although I don't fully understand how it can get washed if there's steel boning in it, but we'll see. Anyway, maybe I leave holes for that? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm washing the coutil so it'll make it softer and easier to work with a little bit. And I'm also fixing a petticoat right now for my Victorian corset that has needed some love for a while. Hi, kitty. So we'll try. He hears my voice. That's why he's crying. Okay, so this petticoat is too long. It's showing out the bottom of my skirts by just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take an inch out of it by adding another tuck here. So the tuck is a 1/2 inch on each side, so that's a full inch. Plus there's a like 1/16 of an inch gap here. So I'm measuring out 1 inch and a 1/16 of an inch with these blue lines here, and then I will just fold right on that line and iron it, and then I will go ahead and just run a 1/2 inch seam through there and then iron it down, and it'll become another tuck in this. And then I'll wash it because it hasn't actually been washed yet, and that should shrink it up a little bit too. So that should solve this petticoat problem. And then there's one more thing off my list. Okay, so I got the tuck into the petticoat and it's in the wash now, shrinking up as well, so maybe that'll help. I also got the coutil out of the wash and I now laid out my corset in coutil. I will cut this, and then also a fabric obviously, a lining layer, and then get working on this corded corset. Cording is coming in the mail, so is a busk. I need to cut down a couple bones. I'm using these like I need like 3-inch ones of these, just sprung steel bones, and nobody has that. The shortest they sell is like 3.5 inch at Farthingale, so I guess I need to cut them and then plasti dip the tips, which I can do because I think I have all that stuff. But then I'm just gonna get going with this, so I'll give you progress reports as I go. I feel like that was a successful day. A lot of stuff got ordered. I do need to order a corset or a pattern for the, what is that? The bodice for Lady Watson. So anyway, things are coming along. Okay, so last night I got the pieces all cut out and marked, and I did zigzag the edges on them for the coutil layer. I still need to get the lining layer, so I'm gonna line in this muslin here. Unfortunately, this is like double wide, so it's like folded and then folded again, so it's like twice as wide as this, which sounds awesome when you're buying muslin, but actually really sucks for a number of reasons. Like, I need actually this wide. I don't actually need it to be double wide, so I'm gonna waste a bunch of fabric. I mean, I'll keep it and I'll probably use it for scrap or whatever, but like, I mean, this whole bolt is gonna be like that. Also, let me take these out. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it's all like wrinkled, like they folded it all weird. So I'm washing it right now because I washed this stuff and I want to be able to wash my corset. So I'm washing it right now, and I cut off more than I need, and then I zigzagged the edges that weren't selvage and put it in the washer on hot, and I will dry it on hot. And Anyway, I will have to like iron out all this crap that's been like set in here over years of sitting on this bolt, so that's not exciting. So today what I'm gonna do is I'm washing that fabric. I will iron it and then put these pattern pieces on and cut it out. And then I am gonna put the gores in these guys. And that's all I'm expecting of myself to get done. It is possible that I will also want to start transferring these lines, and I need to read up about how that happens because I'm not exactly sure how it happens. But I gotta have to get these lines on the pattern pieces in a way that they can come off. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So these are all the cording lines that I'm gonna need to do, and this is the instructions. So I'm gonna read this and see how that's gonna work out. Anyway, little snafu with the 4-up thing. I do have another bolt of muslin that's actually only as wide as the bolt is, but this muslin is very like thick, like it's good, like nice material. It's not super thin and crappy, and it's much better than the other material, so I want it for the lining for this corset. For the lining for some other thing, I don't mind the other muslin, but this one I kind of want the good stuff. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so what we've got here is the couture layer, all zigzag edged, and then the gores put in here to the bust, and I'm only doing one hip gore because I have no hips, as it turns out. I've also got the lining fabric cut out and the edges zigzagged. I think I'm going to transfer the lines from the pattern here onto it before I do the gores, and I'm not sure if that's a great idea, but I think it'll be easier to get the lines transferred if I do that first. So hopefully that'll work out, and hopefully I can get that done in the next day or two. I think that's all I have for tonight. Oh, I did get the cording. It's just butcher's twine, and I also taught myself how to do cording. So I tried this method that Claudine was talking about where you put two layers in and then you sew down the middle, but I bought a cording foot and it doesn't fit right. It doesn't work. So I just traced the lines and sewed the lines and pulled them in individually, and that seems to work a lot better, and that's this one. So I think I'm gonna go with this. And this is actually the bobbin side of the thread. I sewed on this side, which is the lining. So I think that's fine though. So I think what I'm gonna do is put all the cording in. I might make it so that I'm gonna need to wash it, right, to get this out. So I'm not sure how that's gonna go down. I'll figure it out and I'll let you guys know.